They did what? Peed in your face and cut off your hand with a chainsaw? Convicted criminals run off screaming for help, put dead humans under hideous mess, stretch out the skin of their disgusting to fit an inflatable sack into mental torture. Somebody shoved a shoe up his rectum of a size too large to survive. General Zorn, what's going on? They did what? Emptied your lunchbox into your briefcase, peed in your face and cut off your hand with a chainsaw? I'm not sure why a human would want to do this, but I do have a guess. No, it's probably not that. Okay, well, if you must know, my best guess on why somebody would treat you like this is that they may not like you very much. What liking is? Well, it's when you are rather happy about what's in front of you and act accordingly. Like if you like this video, you'll click on the like button. How to get them to like you? Well, that takes some work from where your relationship seems to be at the moment, but okay, let me give you 7 tips on how to be liked by humans. You may not succeed with all of them, but the more of them you can check, the more they'll like you. I'll start with the basics, and I promise you'll find the last one a real killer. Tip number 1, have an average appearance. Consider this when choosing your human outfit. Human research has shown that if you take a large number of human face images, stack them on top of each other and average out all their facial characteristics, you will get the most attractive face of all. So all you need to do is abduct a large number of humans, melt them together and use your human suit generator to produce the optimal outfit. Tip number 2. Look harmless. Humans have these sensors in their body that generate their initial opinion about everybody they see for the first time. These sensors operate almost entirely on instinct. They make a quick scan that takes about 10 seconds, and before you have had a chance to convey your intellectual superiority and utility, their initial opinion about you is set, and it will take a lot to change it from now on. So in order to get this first impression right, the first thing you need to ensure is that you cannot be perceived as a threat. And that doesn't just mean no guns and no knives. It means your whole appearance must not in any way trigger any associations with dangerous humans. How would you know? Well, you could infiltrate the human police records and scan the mugshots of all convicted criminals, or you could visit neighborhoods humans consider dangerous and examine what people look like there. Note the most commonly recurring traits, hairstyles, manners of behavior, and make sure to never resemble any of that. Tip number 3, stretch your face. You know this thing humans do when they use their facial muscles to stretch out the skin of their faces into this hideous mess they call a smile? You know, when their eyes get thin and their lips can no longer properly conceal their mouth, so all the disgusting teeth become visible. So horrible. Yes, well, if you do that, a lot of humans will like you more. Oh my God, no, don't look so ugly. Tip number 4, lie. You know what lying is, right? Like when humans say how they always appreciate honesty, that is a lie. They only appreciate honesty when it makes them feel good, which it seldom does. Never be honest with humans about their appearance, intellectual abilities, the relative attractiveness of their spouses or children. Always lie about what you think of their pointlessly complex modifications of edible matter, the design of the cloth patches they wrap their bodies in, the bizarre things they do with their hair. Always pretend to support them in their joy over which group of humans has managed to fit an inflatable sack into a rectangle the most times. Just make sure to only lie about things they don't have the means to reveal the truth about, like your opinion. Tip number 5, pretend they are interesting. Humans are usually extremely boring. Most of the time they will simply retell things they have heard somewhere or make generalizations about things, people, and places based on individual cases without providing any scientific or statistical evidence of that information. You simply cannot use it without rechecking everything yourself. They also spend a lot of time exchanging information that has absolutely no value to anyone, like describing the current and past atmospheric conditions, expressing insincerely positive assessments of the present environment, and telling you what they did during the weekend, regardless of how insignificant these activities have been in the context of the universe. Now, if during this session of mental torture you do what would be the most sensible thing and run off screaming for help, that may give them a reason to dislike you. What you should do instead is stretch your face, widen your eyes, and use all your life energy to express just how fascinating the things they tell you are. That will, of course, bring about an even greater flow of useless and boring information. But if your goal is to be liked by humans, this is something you will have to learn to tolerate. Tip number 6. rage at everything they hate. Having a lot in common with a human always helps them to like you, but what will make them adore you is if you are good at reaffirming their own hatred. If they've stepped on a nail, tell them how much you hate nails and everyone who makes them. If they got fined for breaking a rule, express how stupid you think that rule is. If they robbed and raped somebody, pretend to be angry about how stupid that person was to have worn so little fabric and carried so much money. If you know who they voted for in an election, tell them something scornful about the opposing side or share a conspiracy theory about those they voted against. Okay, the seventh and the last tip is so powerful it will work even if you fail at all the other ones. If you want humans to like you when nothing else works, die. That's right, dying is the absolutely unbeatable way of getting humans to like you. We don't really know why, but we've been observing humans for a long time and it's a very clear recurring pattern. However unpopular a human is, as soon as they die, nobody says an unfriendly word about them. See for yourself. Go to any funeral. That is a ritual where living humans put dead humans underground in order to extract them later for research purposes. They call it archaeology. You will find a lot of sad humans expressing words of praise of the deceased human, and never anyone who would stand up and say, "That man was a real prick. What a relief to the universe that somebody shoved a shoe up his rectum of a size too large to survive." Even sworn enemies become very amiable with you when you're dead. Suddenly everybody will begin attributing positive qualities to you which you never actually possessed. Humans who always ignored you will say you were a good friend, and those who hurt you the most tend to give you the most praise. This may not be your favorite option, but it always works. Like I said, it's a killer tip. Do you have another tip for getting humans to like you? Write it in the comments. If you like this video, the human like sign looks like this, so please hit it before it hits you. Enjoy Earth while it lasts, and whatever you do, don't panic. It will be okay. It will be okay. Don't worry. It will be okay. It's all in your head. It's all in your head.